She woke up screaming. That's what I remember the most. That's what broke my heart. That's what forced me to go on the journey that changed everything in my life and the life of thousands of men and women around the world who learned what I'm about to teach you right now. The moment my beautiful, badass wife, Tara, a woman who could take down a perp twice her size with nothing but a nightstick, who was the meanest power forward on our college basketball team, and who could shut up anyone stupid enough to give her lip with nothing but her cop stare, woke up in a cold sweat, her jaw clenched so tight I thought she would break her teeth. And then she screamed so loud, I heard ringing in my ear like I was at a heavy metal concert. What happened next is what tore my world apart. What almost destroyed our marriage. What almost led my beautiful, amazing, tough wife to do the unthinkable and take her own life. But even though it was the worst moment of my life when it happened, and led to the biggest test I have ever personally faced, I actually find myself grateful it happened, and in a weird way you will too, because it led to a strange scientific discovery that has saved the lives of tens of thousands of men and women around the world. A strange scientific discovery that healed my wife's broken body when every doctor and expensive specialist had shaken their heads at us and told us to give up. A secret that caused her belly fat to flatten almost overnight without giving up any of her favorite foods, and even though her injuries kept her from doing any exercise more strenuous than walking from the bed to the couch. A secret that brought back our love life after we thought that part of our marriage was completely dead. A secret that saved my brother from his type 2 diabetes and gave him back the ability to enjoy his life for the first time in over a decade. A secret that, if you just listen closely over the next 6 minutes, learn the shocking truth, and do exactly what I say, could turn back the clock on your body and your metabolism so you burn fat like a teenager again. You'll wake up every morning bursting with energy, feel sharp and bright-eyed like your mind is on fire with ideas. Will have you looking and feeling younger than people 20 or 30 years younger than you, while experiencing what it's like to be truly thin and healthy for the first time in your life. All by using the strange scientific secret to do one little thing 3 times a day that almost automatically forces your body to lose weight, even if you're 40, 50, or even 200 pounds overweight. In fact, it works better if you're at least 10 pounds overweight. Even if you simply don't have the time to exercise, or simply don't like exercise, this strange scientific secret doesn't involve doing anything more difficult than visiting your grocery store. Even if you feel like you simply can't give up your favorite sweets and comfort foods and have failed at diet after diet before, which was definitely not your fault. No matter what, if you just follow this secret, you too can experience what it's like to look in the mirror and be proud of what you look like. To never have to worry about your weight again. To know with absolute certainty that you've done everything possible to live a long and healthy life. Oh, and by the way, whatever you're thinking the secret is right now, I promise you, you're wrong. Because the strange secret we discovered that's helping not only my wife, but thousands of men and women around the world shed pounds like a snake shedding its unwanted skin. Roll back much of the damage caused by diabetes and heart disease. And finally, make this losing weight and staying healthy thing make sense and be as easy as it's supposed to be. It took my wife and I going through a personal hell that so easily could have broken us, but that has brought us closer together than ever. Even though that thought seemed absolutely impossible just a few short years ago. Tara, baby, wake up, I said. You're okay. But she wasn't listening. She was there again. Back in her squad car, watching a telephone pole rush toward her like a speeding train, bracing for impact, reliving the moment that ruined our lives, the moment that her body became her enemy, the moment I started to lose her. Don't touch me. I'm fat and disgusting, and I'm always going to be fat and disgusting. I don't want you to touch me, she yelled when I reached out to hold her, to kiss her, to show her how much I loved her no matter what she looked like. Suddenly, I felt a terrible wave of shame rush over me. She was my wife. The woman I promised to protect and take care of. And seeing her laying there in agonizing pain and frustration, I felt powerless and weak and useless in a way that I never thought possible. It took over an hour for her to calm down enough to go back to sleep. An hour of tears and self-loathing and hopelessness and grabbing hold of the belly fat she hated so much. Tara had been an athlete her whole life. It was one of the things that made me fall in love with her. how physical and fearless and fit she was with a body that made her look more like a model than a cop. But since the accident, since the broken bones and the battered spine and the constant, terrible, crippling back pain took away every sort of activity she loved so much, everything had changed. It had been years since the crash. Years of watching the woman I loved struggle and suffer and give up hope. Years of watching her sink deeper and deeper into despair as she kept gaining weight no matter how hard she tried not to. Years of feeling so helpless as my happy, healthy wife became someone else, someone I didn't recognize, someone I'm not even sure wanted to keep living. And now, in her 40s, it's like the battle was lost. The weight just kept coming until she had 196 on her 5'11" frame. And the woman who used to face every challenge with a smile seemed to have given up. "You have to lose weight, Tara," the doctor had said in a patronizing voice, like he was explaining why being overweight was bad to a 5-year-old. Like she didn't already know. "Dangerously close to type 2 diabetes," she said with a cynical laugh on the ride home, taking the news as just one more brick in the wall of self-loathing she'd built around herself. One more piece of evidence that her life was over. Just a few days earlier, she'd been talking to our daughter about the perfect high school graduation day. Now she was joking about not even living to see it, even though it was 2 years away. That night, I lay awake for hours next to Tara, staring at the ceiling and feeling my heart constrict in my chest, imagining life without my wife. Was she right? Was this it? Was this what our life was supposed to be now? I couldn't remember the last time we'd really kissed, never mind made love. I remembered what her laugh sounded like, and I felt like I was going to cry, realizing I hadn't heard it in years. Did I really have to watch her suffer like this? I tossed and turned all night, thinking of our beautiful daughter finishing high school without a mom. But what could we do about it? We'd tried everything over the years. Everything you can do to lose weight that doesn't involve strenuous exercise. Low carb, low fat, paleo, calorie counting, not to mention all the fancy diets like Dr. Bernstein, Atkins, Weight Watchers, Herbal Magic, Jenny Craig. We spent thousands of dollars we couldn't afford on the salary of 2 cops, and nothing worked. No matter how hard we tried, no matter how much money we wasted, no matter how many nutritionists and specialists we saw, nothing worked. In fact, after every single miracle diet, she ended up weighing more than when she started. These extreme diets were putting her body into shock mode, causing her to have uncontrollable cravings that had her raiding the fridge in the middle of the night and sneaking bags of Hershey Kisses. And as the years went by, it just got worse and worse. She got bigger and bigger and sadder, and our marriage became less about love and more about seeing how long we could go without a fight. Lying there, feeling my wife's warm body curled up against me, I knew I could do one of 3 things. 1, I could ignore the thoughts and the fear swirling in my mind. I could watch what was left of the woman Tara used to be fade to be replaced by a shadow with her face. I could watch our marriage crumble to nothing as we headed for the divorce I knew was in our future if we didn't do something. 2, I could get mad and bitter, rage about how unfair it was to have so much taken from us when we had both dedicated our lives to serving and protecting others, and go on antidepressants just to get me through the day. Or I could make the choice I did, the choice to fight for my wife and our family. The choice to discover the truth about the real cause of weight gain and how to stay lean and fit in your 40s, 50s, and beyond, even if you can't or just don't want to exercise. The choice to wake up every morning knowing I had done everything in my power to help the woman I still loved so much live a life as free of pain and as healthy as humanly possible. It was 2 weeks later that the solution literally hit me in the face, and it was one of the most painful experiences of my life. I was working SWAT at the time, rushing to the most dangerous situations in the city, putting my life on the line each and every day. An armed suspect was holding hostages at the top floor of a 20-story building. My job was to lead a team as we rappelled down the side of the building in full gear and hit the guy before he knew what was happening. Well, you know what they say. No plan survives contact with the enemy. We waited for the signal and then rappelled just over the side of the building, our lives literally hanging from one single rappel line. We broke the top 3 windows with a crash and tossed 3 OC pepper spray grenades to subdue everyone inside, and placed another grenade on the deck so the suspect wouldn't come running out and try to escape, or worse yet, throw one of the hostages out, possibly killing him. Just as we were about to enter the building, a massive gust of wind blew a cloud of pepper spray right back in our faces. We were coughing, sniffling, embarrassed, and could barely see. But as professionals, we still got in there and did our job. If you've ever been hit by pepper spray before, it's not a pleasant experience. For the rest of the day, I was coughing and sneezing, tears were streaming down my face. I felt like my body was on fire inside. I could practically feel the heat radiating off me like a furnace. I felt like I'd just done an intense CrossFit workout and run a half marathon, even though I was just sitting on my couch recovering. And that's when it hit me. I already knew that oleoresin capsaicin, the OC used in pepper spray grenades, could rapidly raise your body temperature. But was it possible that it could actually burn away my wife's belly fat without exercise? Could accidentally getting hit with pepper spray actually be the answer I'd been looking for? It sounded weird, even a little bit dangerous. But then I found an article in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition that flat out proved my weird idea was actually 100% true. See, in 2012, researchers from the Hokkaido University Graduate School of Medicine ran a weird experiment. First, they put 18 healthy men aged 20 to 32 through 2 hours of cold exposure. Nothing extreme. They sat in a room with the thermostat at 66 degrees Fahrenheit, just cold enough to make the experiment work. You see, cold exposure is a well-known way to dramatically increase energy expenditure through the activation of something called brown adipose tissue. Then later, the researchers simply fed the same men 9 milligrams of capsaicinoids. After both treatments, they measured the men's skin temperature and energy expenditure for 2 hours in a single blind, randomized, placebo-controlled crossover design. What did they discover? That when the men were given the capsaicinoids, as opposed to a placebo, it increased energy expenditure and activation of brown adipose tissue just as much as after the cold exposure. In other words, the capsaicin alone raised the inner thermostat for men, turning their bodies into a veritable fat-burning furnace. But that wasn't all. I also learned how capsaicin could actually transform useless and dangerous white fat into high-octane brown fat that actually burns your ugly white fat for energy, meaning you can actually use your unwanted white fat as fuel instead of burning sugar like most folks do, and that makes it almost impossible to get and stay thin. I don't want to get too scientific here, but the easiest way to picture the way brown fat works is to picture a car with the engine revving and the clutch pedal pushed all the way to the floor. Brown fat uncouples the calorie burning of fat and sugar through the actions of a class of regulating proteins called uncoupling proteins. When the brown fat mitochondria are uncoupled, it's like revving your engine all the way into the red without letting the car go into gear. All of a sudden, you're burning a ton of fat without moving a muscle, losing weight while sitting on your butt and watching TV. That was the good news. The bad news, as I soon discovered, was that the only real source of capsaicin is cayenne pepper. You know, that stuff that makes you sneeze and sweat and wish you could just bury your head in a giant bucket of water until the pain goes away, which is why we use it for those grenades in the first place, to totally incapacitate a criminal. I imagined my beautiful wife with her eyes watering, sweating profusely, and telling me I'd done something horrible to her, and knew that cayenne pepper wasn't going to do the job. I needed to find another spice that would have all the benefits of capsaicin, but could actually be ingested without making you feel like your eyeballs were going to burn through your skull. I spent hours and hours digging through journal after journal, but eventually I broke down into tears when I found it. The holy grail spice that just might save my wife's life. A secret spice I can't reveal to you yet, that turned out to be the holy grail of weight loss we'd been looking for decades, and that gave all the incredible benefits of capsaicin without any of the terrible and painful side effects. As I finished reading, I felt like I wanted to cry. Not because I was sad, but because for the first time in years, I felt hope that I could actually help my wife and help us get our life and our relationship back on track. The next morning, I got to work like a man possessed. I knew the secret spice I discovered could raise your body temperature and help you turn your bad white fat into good brown fat, and that just by transforming her bad fat into good fat, I could change Tara's life forever and give her back the hope she'd been denied for so long. But how else could I give her that? I mean, I couldn't expect to throw a grenade at my wife. Not only would that lead to my getting divorced, but from my research, I knew popping a pepper spray grenade was probably the worst way to deliver these fat-transforming spices in a way the body could actually absorb. And eventually, I figured out the best and most delicious way to give Tara the potent spices she needed was by doing nothing harder than brewing her a cup of tea. My wife looked at me like I was crazy the first time I gave her my special tea. I remember how she held her nose and steeled herself for the awful taste she expected, and the smile that exploded across her lips as she said it tasted kind of like cinnamon. I had to beg her to keep drinking it every day. She thought it was just another waste of time. But slowly, over the next week, something started to change. Her eyes got brighter. Her energy came roaring back. Even her hair seemed thicker, fuller, and shinier than it had. But the real shock came a week later when I finally convinced her to step on the scale, and the tears of joy that formed in her eyes when she saw she'd lost 11 pounds. A week after that, her uniform pants didn't fit anymore. She broke down crying, ran into the bedroom, and showed me how they kept falling off her hips in a way they hadn't in 25 years. And a week after that, she was my wife again. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. Like a time machine back almost a decade since her accident. All of a sudden, she needed less sleep and felt twice as rested. She was sailing through night shifts in her patrol car without even a single yawn, and attacking house projects she'd been ignoring for years. But the most amazing thing was watching her stomach. Watching the belly fat she'd been fighting for years and years shrink away to nothing. Until one day I came home and saw her walking around the house in nothing but a sports bra and some cute little shorts, her beautiful flat belly on display, calling out to me. I was a little afraid to touch her at first, afraid she'd tell me not to. But when I wrapped my arms around her, she melted against me, tilted her head so I could kiss her neck, smiled at me and told me to meet her in the bedroom, and gave me the most amazing, passionate night of my life. And as we lay there naked, laughing and cuddling, and in love in a way we hadn't been in so long, I felt a smile spread across my face as I realized I'd done it. I'd saved my wife. But that was just the beginning. Honestly, I had no plans at all to share this secret with anybody else. I just wanted to help my wife get her life back and save my family. But with Tara's 3-week transformation, it was impossible to keep a secret. My buddy John was the first one to beg to try it out. He's a truck driver with a truck driver's belly. He came to visit, took one look at Tara and said, "What the heck have you been doing?" So we wrote everything down, all our notes and experiments and things we'd tried. John texted me 4 days later, and I had to read the text 3 times to make sure it wasn't a mistake. "Todd, this is amazing," he said. "I'm already down 12 pounds, and the only exercise I've done is to get up and go to the fridge. Thank you." Next, Tara's sister got on the bandwagon. She'd been heavy her whole life and just thought it was the way she was supposed to be. But 3 weeks after trying this crazy new protocol of ours, she was fitting back into her jeans from high school, and from there, things just got out of control. I achieved a weird cult status locally. Friends, family, people from 16 to 76 started to use this new method, and again they raved about the results. Our friends Peter and Stacy managed to drop a combined 11 pounds in 3 days, 7 for Peter and 4 for Stacy. Even better, Peter went on to lose a whopping 84 pounds over the next couple of months, completely transforming his life. And Stacy lost over 21 pounds from her petite body. Finally, Tara and John and Peter and Frank all ganged up on me and told me I had to share this incredible secret with the world, that I had a responsibility to help as many people as I could who were suffering just like Tara was for so long. We spent months taking all my scribbled notes and theories and ideas and turning it into one simple, easy-to-follow manual. A manual we ended up calling the 21-Day Flat Belly Fix because that's what it's done again and again. Helped regular, ordinary people who don't have time or the ability to be gym rats shed an amazing amount of weight and get a lean, flat belly in just 21 short days. Which brings us to now, and brings us to you experiencing the incredible results of the Flat Belly Fix for yourself, too. The Flat Belly Fix is the result of over a year of nonstop intensive research, testing, and work. Hard work I did, so you don't have to. See, when I decided to share this astonishing method for flattening your belly quickly and without exercise or doing a single sit-up, I set myself a goal as big and lofty as climbing Everest. And to reach that goal, I knew this program had to accomplish 3 things. First, it had to tell you the truth about exercise and weight loss that's been hidden from you your entire life by the greedy fat cats in the pharmaceutical and weight loss industries. Industries whose whole reason for being is to keep you fat and out of shape so you keep funneling mountains of cash into their already overstuffed pockets. Second, it had to be easy, as close to done for you as possible, so you never have to feel anxious about what to do, what the next step is for you if you're doing it right. And third, it had to be transformational. It had to give you stunning, almost frightening results in a shockingly short amount of time, so you can see that it works and feel the change in your body in just a few short days or weeks. Like I said, it was a pretty lofty goal. But after months and months of work, draft after draft of the program, hours and hours spent researching and creating and testing and revising as we got feedback from hundreds of ecstatic beta testers who couldn't believe the results they were getting. Well, here we are at the top of Everest. Here we are, ready for you to reap the benefits of all that labor without even one smidgen of the work. Here we are, ready for you to finally get the flat belly and slim body you've been dreaming of, and which you deserve, without ever feeling like you're dieting or without ever stepping foot in a gym. In the 21-day flat belly fix, you'll discover the simple secret to losing weight permanently without any more exercise than you're getting now and without ever feeling like you're on a diet at all. When you enroll in the program, I'll give you immediate access to my secret fat-burning tea recipe. You'll learn the exact ratio of spices, tea, and other ingredients designed to massively boost your metabolism and turn your body into a white fat-destroying machine. And you know what? Honestly, just giving you the tea recipe would probably be enough to change your life forever. I mean, if you can't even make yourself drink a cup of tea every morning, I don't think anybody could help you lose weight. But because I've dedicated my life to serving my fellow man, and because I was raised to always over-deliver, I'm going to give you a lot more than that. In the 21-day Flat Belly Fix program, you'll learn how to elevate your levels of the master fat-burning hormone by 1,300% in women and 2,000% in men, so your body becomes a raging fat-burning furnace every night, burning away unwanted fat while you sleep without even having to set foot in a gym. The white fat fuel secret that forces your body to stop feasting on sugar as your primary energy source and has your body and cells gobbling up your white fat like pudding, so only your lean, beneficial brown fat remains. The thyroid accelerator technique anyone with at least a 4th grade education can use to turn your thyroid dial up to 11, almost automatically, dramatically increasing your rate of weight loss. How to turn back the clock on your skin so you have the same clear, vibrant skin you had as a teenager, even if you're decades past your prime and have smoked a pack a day for years. Sick of being tired and grumpy all the time? I'll teach you a simple dietary trick that reduces the depression chemicals in your brain almost instantly, leading to a dramatic improvement in your mood in just 1 or 2 days. Are you suffering from type 2 diabetes, or has your doctor warned you that you are pre-diabetic and need to take action now? You'll discover how to reduce your risk of developing type 2 diabetes by 33% by doing nothing more complicated than drinking this tea. What the satiety switch is, and how to flip the switch on your hunger so you never get the munchies or desire to cheat on your diet ever again. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I barely have time to tell you about the insulin time machine method to completely reverse any level of insulin resistance, how to feed your libido with one cheap, abundant, and decidedly unsexy food, the real reason for boomerang dieting, why you always seem to get fatter and less healthy after doing any kind of fad diet, and a method as easy as counting to 10 that almost guarantees you will never gain back the weight again. One simple trick you can use to increase your bone density without ever having to pick up even a light set of weights. How to reduce cancer-causing inflammation throughout your body without dangerous and expensive drugs, and much, much more. Okay, can you feel that? Your heart beating? The dryness in your mouth? That incredible desire to know this? To be able to do this? To have this power? To have control over your body in a way you never have before. Let me ask you, how much is it worth to you to never have to feel fat again for the rest of your life? How much is it worth to you to have your friends jealous of the amazing changes you've made to your body, begging you for your secrets? How much is it worth to never feel like you have to deprive yourself or diet again? Imagine that for a second. Really let yourself feel what that would be like. And then tell me, what do you think would be a fair price to completely flatten your belly and gain absolute control over your weight in just a few short weeks and with less effort than it takes to drive to the grocery store? If you're being completely honest with yourself, I bet you'd say $197 or more would be totally fair to feel happy and smile so wide that it makes your cheeks hurt every time you look in the mirror or run a hand along your belly because it's so flat and strong and tight, without ever doing anything that feels like exercise at all. Heck, I bet you'd think that was cheap to never have to feel fat or out of shape again for the rest of your life. I mean, $197 is a lot of money, but considering how this will change your life forever and finally get you off the diet treadmill so you can spend your time living your life instead of beating yourself up for not being as fit as you think you should be, well, when you look at it that way, it seems pretty cheap, doesn't it? But after 17 years of working as a police officer and doing everything I can to serve my fellow man, there's one undeniable fact I've learned again and again, that even when you want something so much and know it's a once-in-a-lifetime deal, as a man or a woman who spent so much time giving and giving to others, sometimes it feels impossible to be selfish and give yourself what you so desperately need, which is why I'm going to do something kind of risky here. Not a risk to you, but a big risk to me. See, my mission in life for as long as I can remember has been to serve and help people. That's why I became a cop so many years ago. That's why I spent months and years doing everything I could to help Tara. And if I have to take a hit to my own wallet to help you, Well, that's the price I'm extremely happy to pay. So here's what I'm going to do. We've already agreed that the 21-day flat belly fix is worth at least $197. But because you've watched this video and given me some of your precious time, I'm not going to ask you to invest $197. I'm not even going to ask you to pay $97, even though I know you'll agree that would be a steal. No, for you and for now, I'm going to do something a little bit crazy. For as long as this video is up, and not a moment longer, I'm going to set your price for the 21-day flat belly fix at just one simple payment of $77. And if you act right now, I'll take money out of my own pocket and give you a whopping 60% off. Which means if you simply click the button below this video right now, you'll get the complete 21-day flat belly fix program for the severely discounted price of just $37. That's the immediate action discount. That's the good news. The bad news is, to lock in your discount, you have to act right now. Why? Well, I'm actually in a bit of a fight with my amazing and extremely headstrong wife right now. After experiencing the power of this program for herself and seeing firsthand how this material has changed the lives of so many friends, family, and folks who have invested in the program, Tara tells me that I'm being a bleeding heart by setting the price so low, and that $37 is just way too cheap. That even though the program is tested and proven and powerful, nobody is going to believe that you can get Saks Fifth Avenue results at Walmart prices. And that to fulfill my mission to help as many struggling folks as possible, I may need to raise or even double the price. If you're still seeing this video, it means we're still testing to find out if we can make the numbers work with your incredible discount. But please, if you come back in a few hours or tomorrow and the price is higher, maybe much higher, please don't write me begging. If you pass up your chance to lock in your discount now, there's simply nothing I can do for you. Oh, and just to take away every excuse your brain can come up with to not do this for yourself, I'm going to back up everything I've said with a frankly incredible 100% money-back guarantee. Here's how it works. Just enroll in the 21-day flat belly fix right now. Use the material. It's so easy to use and as close to done for you as humanly possible. See for yourself how easy getting a taut, firm, flat belly and watching the pounds fall off of your body can actually be. If you don't think the 21-day flat belly fix is worth at least double what you're paying today, just contact my customer service at service@theflatbellyfix.com anytime in the next 60 days, and you'll get every dime back as fast as we can. Now, you might ask why exactly I'm being so generous. That's a very good question, and I've got two answers for you. The first is kind of selfish. After putting so much time and effort into creating this program and seeing how it changed my life and the life of my wife forever, I want as many people as possible to use it to create the body you want and deserve so much. The second answer is maybe a little sappy, I guess. It's because I want this for you. I want you to experience what it's like to look in the mirror and love what you see, to get compliments from random people on the street on how fit and healthy you are, to actually get excited about walking around with your belly exposed because of the stares it draws and how powerful it makes you feel. And if I have to put myself out there a bit to help you, I'll gladly just do that. And all you have to do is click on the button right below this video now. Okay, if you're not convinced yet, if there's still a little voice in the back of your head that isn't quite sure, let me do one more thing that will make this the easiest choice of your life, and to make sure you don't let fear of regret keep you from taking advantage of this wonderful offer. See, I want you to feel deep in your heart and deep in your soul that you're getting an incredible deal that you can be proud of. Heck, I want you to feel like you put one over on me by doing what I know you want to do so badly and enrolling in the program today. That's why I've got 3 very special presents for you, just for saying maybe to the 21-day flat belly fix today. First, I'll give you my 7 minutes to a slim belly system. In the 7 minutes to a slim belly system, I'll teach you my secret methods learned in 17 years on the police force that help elite law enforcement officers stay slim, strong, and ready for action in just 7 minutes 4 or 5 times a week. No sit-ups allowed. You'll be shocked how gentle and simple these movements are, and how you'll be able to get a flat, strong belly that puts gym bunnies to shame without ever feeling like you're working out at all. Your second present is your special collection of Flat Belly Fix done-for-you fat-burning smoothie recipes. Listen, we all know the worst part of going on any weight loss program is having to read labels, figure out what you're allowed to eat every day, and grind through preparing the right meals. That's why I've created a special book of quick, easy, delicious, and almost done-for-you meal replacement smoothie recipes. All you have to do is print up the special shopping list I've created for you and head to the market. Don't worry, I've made a point of making sure everything you need to buy is cheap and affordable. Then, whenever you're short on time and need a quick and filling fat-burning pick-me-up, just follow along with the incredibly simple instructions, throw everything in a blender, and you'll be eating healthy and feeling satisfied in shockingly little time, all without having to think about what you're eating at all. Your third present is something special. In fact, I can't do this for everyone. It's called the Flat Belly Fix Elite Personal Coaching. Listen, no matter how hard I work to make the Flat Belly Fix the most complete and easy to follow system it can be, there are always going to be questions in particular situations that come up that we just can't cover in the material. That's why I wanted to give you 1 full month of personal coaching with me and my staff. As soon as you finish your enrollment, you'll instantly be added to my secret closed Facebook group where you can ask me any question you want, network and bond with other folks going on the exact same journey, and get the motivation and accountability you need to stick to the program and get the amazing results I've promised you here today. So let's add this all up just so you can see for yourself what a great deal you're actually getting. With your special discount, you'll get the complete 21-day Flat Belly Fix program for just $37. We already agreed that the 21-day Flat Belly Fix is worth at least $97 all by itself. So that's already a pretty great deal. But then, and no additional charge at all, you're also getting the 7 Minutes to a Slim Belly system, the done-for-you fat-burning meal replacement smoothie recipes, and 1 full month of our elite personal coaching. And each of those should probably sell for $97 or more all by themselves, too. If you were at the supermarket, that would all add up to $287. But using your special discount, you'll get everything for just $37. I don't know about you, but if I was at the store, swiped my membership card, and saw my bill for $287 worth of stuff plummet to less than $40, I'd feel like I won the lottery, or like there was some mistake. But no matter what, I'd rush to claim my discount before anyone tried to take it away. And all you have to do to claim your discount and take advantage of this amazing deal is click the big button right below this video right now. Then fill in your payment details using a credit card, debit card, or PayPal on the next page. And you'll have complete access to the entire program in just 2 short minutes from right now. Just click the button below this video right now. Pay your severely discounted enrollment fee. Go through the program. Learn the secrets of transforming your body in shockingly little time without starving yourself, dieting, or doing any real exercise at all. Experience what it's like to be in control of your body and in control of your life. If you're anything like the thousands of other folks who have used this program, you're going to be amazed at the change in your life and the change in you once you learn this. How everyone you meet just looks at you differently, amazed at the power and grace of your body. If you're like most of our customers, you're going to have a hard time wiping that goofy smile off your face, or keeping that joyous sparkle out of your eyes, or keeping your mouth shut when your friends and family ask to know your secret that created such a change in you seemingly overnight. Okay, it's time to take action. You might not know it, at least not consciously, but you're at an important crossroads in your life right now, and you really just have 2 very different options, leading to 2 very different lives. One, a lifetime of energy and hope and passion for life, where you love your body and are amazed every time you look in the mirror. The other? Well, the other is just a continuation of the life you have now. So listen closely as I tell you what your 2 options are so you can make the right choice for you. Option 1 is to leave this page without enrolling in the program. I think you already know what will happen if you do this because you've felt it so many times before. That feeling of hopelessness, of being trapped in your body, of feeling yourself getting heavier and more exhausted and more fed up with your struggle with your weight and with your body every single day. Wondering why it's so hard for you to get in shape and stay in shape. Or feeling guilty because you aren't spending hours and hours at the gym every week, pedaling as fast as you can but not getting anywhere at all. I know you don't want that. I know you are sick of seeing your ugly belly fat staring at you every time you look in the mirror. Or pretending it doesn't bother you and that you're okay with the body you have right now. Of yearning to know what it's like to have power and control and energy like you did when you were a kid. Which is why I want you to take a second here and seriously consider taking road number 2. In a lot of ways, it's the easier road because all it takes on your part is deciding you love yourself enough to say yes right now. Simply click the button below this video, enter your payment information right now before life gets in the way, and claim your spot in the 21-day Flat Belly Fix program. Get every single thing I talked about in this video, and quite a few surprises I haven't even mentioned, but I can't wait for you to see. Learn the simple, tested method that saved my beautiful wife, Tara, from a life battling type 2 diabetes or even an early grave. Learn the secret to a flat belly and a fit, healthy body that has been kept from you for so long. Remember, with your 60-day guarantee, you're risking absolutely nothing. In fact, all the risk is completely on me where it belongs. I firmly believe if I don't give you every result I've promised in this video, I simply don't deserve a dime of your hard-earned money. And with your special discount, you're getting half off the already ridiculously low one-time price of enrollment. Before we go, just imagine for a moment. Imagine yourself rolling out of bed and feeling light and strong for the first time in your life. Imagine seeing a bright, beautiful smile on your face when you look in the mirror and realize how powerful and beautiful your body has become. Imagine picking out clothes that show off your body instead of hiding your belly like something to be ashamed of. And then just click the button below. Let me take the weight. Let me show you the truth. Let me help you finally have the body and the life you want so much. I personally promise you'll be very happy you did. Again, I'm Todd Lamb, and I'm incredibly excited for you to experience what happens when you apply the 21-day flat belly fix in your life. I can't wait to hear about your success. Thank you for your time. Simply click the button below now.